So we're here in Val di Sole and Reece Wilson's back.
He's back, yeah.
Last race was Fort William.
Yep.
There's been a lot of racing since then, so how do you play catch up in setup?
Well, over the past few years anyway, we've developed a pretty good baseline setting with, you know, different shock tunes and folk tunes and everything, so we always have a rough idea where to start from, since he spent so much time off the bike. But in the past couple of weeks or so, he's had a good number of days on the downhill bike, and he seems pretty happy and familiar with everything, so he hasn't come into this race here guessing, if you get me. There shouldn't be too many expectations of him really, so with that pressure off, hopefully he can pull something decent out of the bag, you never know. So yeah, I guess we'll find out how the week goes when we get on track tomorrow.
This is Jordan's World Champs winning bike. Custom paint job for Worlds. It's like an ice effect, it's real cool. No, there's nothing in particular we do. He just likes a really quiet bike. So any little rattles from the chain or any cables knocking, it doesn't bug him, but it certainly, he'll notice it for sure. So no, just make sure there's a lot of sound deadening going on, and we just like to keep the thing really quiet. Yeah, that's it. It's, you know, all on the chainstay, all on the cables. Everything internally is all wrapped as well with like a nice real soft foam. So no, as long as it's quiet, he's pretty happy, to be honest. Yeah.
So there was a Kiwi bloke called Bert Munro, and in the 1960s, he would have been 63 years old. He took his motorbike that he basically spent his whole life rebuilding from his garage in New Zealand, and he took it to the United States of America and set a land speed record for under 1,000 cc's motorbike, and that record still stands today. So he's a Kiwi legend, and this is the paint job of his motorbike that he took. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Awesome inspiration.
Yeah, most definitely. A true Kiwi battler.
Whose bike is this?
This is Eddie's. Yeah. It's the full same bike that we would have raced all season. It's just a custom paint job from Fat Creation. So yeah.
All the people go and pick it up. If this was in Portugal, everyone was fighting.
So what we're doing is just kind of running through a lot of the guys' forks after Leger World Champs last week. It was a pretty dry week, which was nice. But just still last event of the year for us World Cup wise. It's been a really good season. It's kind of crazy. It's already tapering down to the last event, but we're working on it's the Troy Brosnan's fork a bit today, and just kind of going through stuff one final time, and just kind of our normal back to World Cup standard service, and especially on some of our absolute top downhill riders. Every week go through stuff, make sure we have kind of our checklist of stuff we go through, and just make sure it's running perfect. Yeah, definitely trying to make sure that, you know, these guys get on their bike and it feels exactly the same but freshened up, and we've gone through everything, checked it all out, and just everything we can do to eliminate any distractions, anything possibly going wrong.
So we're 1 week post World Champs, and I guess this is Danny's first teardown of his bike.
Since World Champs, yeah, it's first chance we've had. I mean, we could have done it yesterday, but who doesn't like a day off in between races? So. Yeah, but full strip down, new bearings if you need it. They've only had a week on them, so maybe just pop the seals and re-grease them. But other than that, yeah, just standard bike check.
Is there going to be much change in setup between Leger and Val di Sole?
Quite a bit in terms of like actual angle of the bike, so it's quite steep. So we're going to raise the bars a little. A few other tips, well, little secret tips to the suspension we're going to do. So yeah, just to try and make him sit up a little bit more. But it's quite rocky, so we want it as fast as we can really without him getting bucked, just so we can get the most of the travel.
Sweet. We do some dog bothering. It's a job here, you know, so you do have to work, and it's just like everyone seems to think we're on holiday, but as you can see, I've got two bikes, so if I see a dog go past. It's just a little break, I guess, and I can get out there and I can just pat a dog. I'd do it to people, but people get a little bit, they think that's a little odd. You know, it's like, oh, pat, sorry, Flo would be alright, I could give him a pat. He would look at me funny though. But yeah, you can't do it to people. You know, if I see a nice looking dude go past and want to go out and give him a pat, I'd probably get arrested. Ah, Peter, would you like a snack?
Oh, I'm alright for biscuits, thanks.
Trying to find some dog snack?
Ah.
Snack?
Ah, c'est toujours moi qui te fais chier.
Oh yeah, dog biscuit.
Would you like a snack? See, it's weird when you try and do it to people, but dogs like it.
So,
Go on then, pal.
just talking about frame sizes.
Yeah,
Laurie's on a medium and Greg's on an XL.
that's right.
How much different are the setups, and how can both setups be so right for each rider?
Who knows? I suppose that's the science in it, I suppose. Trying to get everyone's different. Everyone sets their bike up slightly different. But size as well. I think it's a bit of a preference. Like, Laurie's a small guy, but he likes a small bike. And Greg's a tall guy and he definitely likes a really long bike. So, but there's people out there that are small and they're running bikes that look huge on them. And then vice versa, there's tall people like in enduro like Jack Meyer, and he's riding a super small bike. So each to their own, I suppose.
Yeah, the website's not to be trusted at times. I mean, that's probably 460, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's 5mm. I was right.
Yeah, it's 5mm longer, eh?
Yeah. I'm happy about that.
Greg's is longer, is it?
Yeah,
5mm, yeah.
It's only on XL rear end, though.
Yeah. So basically they pull the front pivots back on the front triangle to get an extra 5mm out. So each rear end has a 10mm flip chip, short or long, and we've got mediums as well, or mids. But yeah, on Greg's the pivots have just been pulled back 5mm.
Suspension wise, Williams front and rear, 502 spring, yeah, it's stock stuff, straight out of the box. He runs like 245 in the ramp chamber and 128 to 130 in the main, so kind of stiff, but he's a big boy. So
coming to a place like Val di Sole from somewhere like Leger, what's different in the whole bike?
I think we tried to raise the front a bit since you have those steep parts. Then it's tricky with the big compressions. I walked the track this morning. I didn't check the lines and stuff. I looked for other stuff, and you have some fast bits where you have big compressions. And that's gonna be tricky when you need also the suppleness through all the rocks and stuff. So we will work a lot with both air and hydraulics, I think, this weekend.
So what have we got here, Danny?
Here we have my Bell full 10 helmet from World Champs last week. Obviously monster paint job, and then I had the painters do this cool like kids themed helmet design, and I'm going to auction this helmet off because, as some of you know, my newborn daughter's been in hospital for the first month of her life. So, and what the hospital have been doing, the treatment and everything has been second to none. Like, she's going in for a 3rd operation today, and just a tiny baby, you know, so it's really amazing what they do. So I'm going to auction, well, I'm not going to auction the helmet off, I think it's going to be like a ticket based thing, and then you can buy tickets to win this helmet, and all the proceeds will go to the Great North Children's Hospital up in the RVI in Newcastle there. So try raise some money for a good cause, and yeah, hopefully it goes well. So you can see there's a rocket with a little astronaut on, and then Darcy there, because Darcy's the new baby and she's a bit sick. Family, and yeah, it's just a nice little touch, and try to raise some money for a good cause.